All right, guys, we got Mr. Jeff Bean's little horse here saddled up. Just throwed the saddle on him. We're just gonna get on him and go. And this will be our first time videoing from the cap view today. Hope you guys like it. By all means, give us a like and subscribe and follow and comment how well this video seems to be a little better, seems to be a little worse. Let us know whether y'all like this video. If you like it, we'll try to make more of them just like it. Good boy. There we go. Now we can kind of see what this colt's thinking and seeing and doing, right? So that tractor's new. I moved it over there so it'd be something different for today. Something new for him to look at. It's a beautiful view from between this horse's ears. I guess this will be his, I don't know, 13th or so ride, maybe 12th, 13th. I'd have to look in the book. Getting about time to start skidding some logs on this old pony. I like how this horse got his head down there where it belongs. That's good. This camera thing seems to be a little top heavy, a little weeble wobble going on there. See if I can hold it and make it a little better. Back when I had the big place over at Vian, had 285 acres to ride through. Sure made it a lot easier than just riding out here around this little old 40-acre patch. Just ain't quite enough. Lord willing, about Thursday, we're gonna load this old pony and take him to Cedar Lake on his first real trail ride. Put some miles on this little feller. Miles and wet saddle pads makes a good horse. Y'all see them limbs? Yeah. Probably sometime tomorrow or the next day we be skidding some of them limbs on Old Bay. Put Mr. Jeff's horse to work. Skidding them limbs to the pile. That's good for them horses. Teach them to pull, teach them to be used and do different things. Horse just like anything else. The more you use it, the better it does, the better it gets. Worst thing in the world on a horse is standing in a lot or standing in a pen or standing in a stall. Get up here, son. I like to ride them up and through and around the rocks and all that stuff. Around all that junk, through the briars. That's good for them horses. Now he's seen him a deer. That deer ain't gonna bother him. Mess with me, I'll rope that deer and he'll have to drag him to the house. Turd head. There we go, get on up here. That's more better. But that's typical of these babies. When they look at stuff, you got to stop and let them look. Let them figure out that ain't no monster. Just get on up here and do your thing. If I'm not scared, you don't need to be scared either, right? When I'm worried, then you better be terrified. That's just the way that goes, right? Getting a little bit of that one-handed neck rein going on. Now, he wants to look at that rock. Okay, so we're going to ride him right up there to it. Let him know that that ain't that bad. The only thing he really needs to worry about is me, right? Get up here. Yep, there you go. Good boy. Now, see, that rock wasn't that bad after all, was it? See that? Yeah, wasn't that bad after all. Y'all let me know if you like this view from the cap bill better than in my shirt pocket. That way I'll know which videos is the best. Which ones y'all prefer. I think up there you get the bouncing a little. Because I feel like this horse is bouncing and my cap bill's bouncing with it. But by all means, you know, give me a comment in the comment section and let me know whether that's better or worse. Springtime's a coming. See them little thorn bushes beginning to bud? As I'm going along here, I'm watching and looking for a level place as this colt turn all the way around. There's more to just riding a horse out than just riding. He's got to learn to turn and handle at the same time, right? So he's got to know that that handle that I'm putting on him in that corral up there in that lot has got to follow suit for out here too. Now you seen him ah-yah again me there with his head, so I'm bumping right back up here. bump him right back up here and ask him to do it again. You want to be a nuisance? You want to act like a fool? I'll treat you like one, right? Put your butt to work. Come on back around here now. Now get on around here. Now you say, well, that's not very severe. Well, the penalty that he committed wasn't very severe either, right? So I try to match his penalty for what he done to be as stiff as what he did wrong. Right? Now we're going to send him right up that hill. And if that keeps getting worse, then that penalty and that correction will get worse. Giving him a choice, straighten up, or that penalty will get worse each time. And then that'll be the end of it, right? Now there he's wanting to show out a little bit. We're going to tuck that head right back where it belongs. Let him know that that's not allowed. Get your head back down, your nose back down. Quit goosing out like a goose. Put your head down, go to work. We're not here to booger and snort and look at everything. We're here to work. Right? Get your head back down. Get your head back down. Get your head back down where it belongs. There you go. Get your head back. No, over here, ding dong. Over here, ding dong. Outside leg. Inside rein. If he keeps that up, he's going to get a spur right there. Get your head back down. There you go. Now, that's better. The head back down there and behave yourself. Act like you know something. That right? Start getting your hiney with the game plan. That thump you're hearing is my feet kicking on the sides of his belly. Because he's not wanting to pay attention to me. This horse has to learn that no matter what else goes on, I don't care if TNT dynamite goes off, I'm the one he's got to pay attention to, okay? Get up here. And you do that by teaching him to quit looking at everything else, start looking at me, right? Start paying attention up here. Like that good slap in the shoulder that he just got, okay? And you put him right back up and down these hills. You put him right back in that gumbo mud and get them feet tired, and he really don't care what goes on around him after that. Okay? Fatigue is a wonderful friend for a horse trainer. The more fatigued that horse feels, the better he'll ride. So the harder you ride him, the better he gets. All except for 2-year-olds. You got to be careful on these 2-year-olds because you can ride a 2-year-old too hard. That is a fact. I've been there and done it before. Oh, for Pete's sake, that's just a log, ding dong. How many times you seen that? 5, 6, 7 times? Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Did that do you any good? Get up here. Get up here, worm. That's a log, dummy. It might eat you. Get up there, goose. Get up there, goose. Yeah, like me to snort, do you? Might sound like an old hog. Yeah, get up there, turd. I tell you what, these babies, you gotta love them. I just enjoy them to death. They're so goofy sometimes. Now, bless his heart, his poor little old heart is beating 1,000,000 miles a minute. You'd think he's terrified, and he's seen that log 50,000 times. And I'll tell you how many times me and this colt's been by here. But there again, that's just baby, right? You didn't see me whoop him and frail on him. You seen me add to his fear because I wanted him to realize that wasn't to be scared of. And I made him keep looking at it until he quit shaking. I didn't let him turn and blow or run away from it. I taught him that it's okay to spook and look. It is not okay to spook and run away, right? That's my job. It's okay to stop and drop and look. It is not okay to turn and haul butt. Okay? Now you feel him relax. We'll make him step up there. Get up there. Now look at that. That's just a stump, silly. You done been past 5 or 6 stumps already on this place. Ain't none of them bit you. That ain't gonna bite you neither. Now come on, nerd. You know better than that. You've been past that at least 4 times since you've been here already. And just today, all of a sudden, you're gonna scared of it. That ain't gonna fly. Silly goose. Anyway, guys, that's typical colt. Typical baby. I mean, that's just part of riding colts. You know, you don't want him spooking. You need to get an old horse that's been there, done that, and seen that before. That's just typical. That's a typical colt. The plus side is he didn't go off bucking. He didn't go off stupid. He just spooked and then turned and looked when I got his nose. He didn't try to pull a runaway. He just said, okay, you're going to make me look at it. I'm going to look at it. Then he calmed down and come on. Now he's probably going to spook again from this mud. And when he does, I'm just going to keep him in it probably till dark until he decides that mud ain't that bad. Right? Get up here. Get up here. Well, how about that? That mud didn't bother him a bit. That's only the 4th time he's been in it since he's been here. I'd think it wouldn't bother him. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. See, that ain't no big deal. Yeah, that kind of pulls on the old fart, don't it? That mud about like that sand. That's kind of rough, ain't it, bud? Yeah? Yeah, it's good for you. It builds character. But that's typical baby, that spooking and looking and stuff. That's just part of it, you know. I've had a covey of quail fly up in front of a 2-year-old before, and you'd think that he just had a heart attack. And probably no telling how many times he's been out here in the pasture and had them same quail fly and hit him in the face without me on him. It's just something about you being up there. It just seems to scare him. Why, I don't know. That's just part of baby. Part of being a baby colt. Again, the more you ride him, the better you'll be. The more miles he gets, the more things he sees, the better horse he is. There's my neighbors. Probably wondering what I'm doing with this funky looking thing on my head. Anyway. Now, y'all see how this old colt's finally putting that head down? Ain't doing all that booger hunting. He's just putting that head down riding right now. That's what he's supposed to do. Finally getting that head down. Getting the play out of him. Decided he wants to ride. Now, he decided he wanted to ride. That's a good boy. I bet he'll turn better now, too, without all that resisting. Get up here by this tree where we can turn around and we're going to find out. Now we're going to pick him up and get his nose with this hand. Pick him up and get his nose. Bring this hand over for a break. Ask that colt to turn around. Put the outside leg in his body. Put the outside leg in his body. Every time he goes to slinging that head, that outside leg's going to get him. You hear that thump? That outside leg. There. There's that colt step over. There's that colt step over. There. There. Hey. Hey. Move your feet. There. Now we're going to go the other way. Come here. There. There. Now. That's better. Now get up here. Now, whoa. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy. Get up here. Come on. Get up here. Now. Guys, I'd lope off, but sure as I would with this funky bouncing thing on the top of my head, you guys would bounce off and then I'd lose you. I'm a little insecure with this head cam. I'm afraid I'll drop you. This colt will lope off in the pasture just as good as he does in the pen. Probably lopes off better out here than he does in the pen. But till I figure out a better way of mounting y'all up there where you're not so top heavy and you won't fly off, we'll have to just settle for the walk. we get Miss Kathy or somebody ride with us that can video for us, and then we'll show you him just loping out across the pasture. He lopes out pretty good, walk trot out pretty good, no big deal. We're gonna turn him around again. Okay, that head slanging shit, okay, we're gonna tighten that up. We're gonna say, hey, that's not fun. Turn, move your body. There, there. Turn, move your body. Outside leg, outside leg, outside leg, outside leg. Okay, outside leg is not getting his attention. We're gonna go to our driving hammer, framing hammer. We're gonna go to our bridle rein, okay? We said turn around. There. We said turn around. There. We said turn, no, get your head down. Get your head down. We said turn around. Get your head down. There. Now. Get your head down. There. Now we're gonna go the other way. Come here. There. There, that's a good little turnaround right there. Now let's go up here and get that other one again, because that was ugly. That other one to the right, that's not a good turnaround. We're gonna work on that one till we get it down, because I know we can do it, okay? Now. Now. Hey, 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 hey. We're just gonna hold him there till he decides that that's viciously uncomfortable, because we know he knows better. We're gonna get that nose a little more. We're gonna tuck him, and then we're gonna whack him right there on the outside. I said get your butt over, get your front end over, and we're gonna catch this brake hand, and we're gonna say, now you're gonna quit going forward. There. Now you're gonna quit going forward. Slang that head all you want, it's not gonna do you any good. You've got to move your feet. There. And there, we got him move his feet. You got to move your feet. Hit that bone on the shoulder. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. Just keep holding him till he decides where it's supposed to be. When he finds it, we'll release it. Move your feet. Move your feet. No. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. Hey, hey. Move your feet. Move your front feet. Move your, quit grunting and just put your head down and do it, ding dong. Just put your head down and do it. Put your head down and just do it. And then you'll quit fighting and you'll see it ain't that hard. Now, there we go, guys. You see that crossover? Finally, get up here. See that crossover? There. And again, I'm not just powering up and just showering down on him, because I know his mouth's sore from teaching him to set his head. Should have put a martingale on him. He'll have one next time. There. Now that's enough. Move your front feet. Y'all see my boot out here? That's so I can bat wing him in the shoulder and make him move. That shoulder's got to move. Okay? That shoulder's got to move. That shoulder's got to move. There. No. 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 That's there. There you go. That shoulder's got to move. There. That shoulder's got to move. That shoulder's got to move. I need that shoulder to move. I need that shoulder to move. I need that shoulder to move. There. And no, he screwed it up. Every time he gets it right, then he wants, there. Now just keep walking. Just keep walking your front end. Just keep walking your front end. There, good boy. There we go, guys. Sometimes these old colts get out here in the pasture and they kind of have a brain fart. They can remember which way to turn one way, but they forget all about how to turn the other way. And that's what that little argument right there was about. That's my job. I've got to move right to left. Not when he chooses, when I choose, right? Now, if I'd have got all rambunctious and really went to turning the heat in and spanking, instead of holding him, letting him figure it out, that right there would have turned into a fight. Then he'd got to rearing up, bouncing up in the front end, and all that other junk, and everything would have went to crap. Instead, I caught him in the way that I needed to hold him, and kept holding him there, and kept bumping him, and kept holding him there, and kept bumping him, until he found his own way out. When he found the way out, it was move your front end around, quit fighting and arguing, and turn around. And I think you can see that it was effective. This colt's turning around to the right now, just about right. That's pretty doggone good. That's a lot better than what we had a while ago. I kept him using the thinking side of his brain instead of the reacting side of his brain. Now, if I'd have went to spanking, he'd have went instantly to the reacting side of his brain and I'd lost everything I just taught him. Okay? Not to say that if he keeps that up, there won't come a time that he will get a spanking over it. Because if that persists, there'll come a time when I'll say, okay, that's enough. I know you know better. Now you're going to do it. Now see how soft? That's just with my pinkies, guys. Just with my little fingers. See that? See that? That's what you want. You don't want an old horse that's iron-jawed and hard-mouthed and arguing all the time, right? You want one that's soft and supple. Now we'll get it this way again. Good boy. There. Very good. Good boy. Good boy. He's taking that marsh and boggy ground pretty good. Now we got some more stumps right up here that we know we can get to, that we know he's been by several times. If he boogers from these stumps, we're gonna ride him right over the top of them, okay? What we're showing him is that is not an alligator. What we're showing him is the only alligator he's got to worry about is us, right? Agreed? And we're not an alligator. We're here to be his best friend if he'll let us. There, that was a very good crossover. Good job. Now, again, see the loose rein? Ride him right to that stump. See it? And I'm just going to sit here. If I get nervous, expect to blow up, I'm going to get a blow up, right? So I'm not going to expect one, but if one happens, I'm going to deal with it. Okay? There, good boy. Shoot, he went right on through them old stumps like they wasn't even there. Decided that wasn't bad at all, huh? Shucks, we'll just turn him right to this one and let him look at it. How's that sound? Whoa. Whoa. See that stump? See that stump? That ain't bad. Look at that. See, that ain't nothing. Huh? Give him those sugars on that stump right there. There you go. That's what we want. Now, that's more better. Well, I'm gonna have to do something with the old tree. She about to fall down, ain't I? Me and my stepdad built that barn right there when I was just a kid. 14, 16, somewhere in there, I don't remember. Still there to this day. I bet we pulled them post holes, them round posts, I bet we dug them up 50 times. My stepdad's a perfectionist. If if it wasn't perfect, you redone it. Then we finally figured out that with a round pole barn, you can't get it exact because no round pole is the same. But I guarantee you that round pole barn is the closest to square you'll ever find. Ride him down there and walk across that creek. Back to the barn, work him on his handle a little bit in the barn, and he's done. It'll be time to get the next horse. I like to ride them pretty close to these other horses from time to time, because sometimes you'll ride an old colt next to a bunch of horses. He'll go to getting excited. Oh my goodness, there's me some buddies to play with, and then you'll wish that you hadn't have. Well, if I ride him through all that before he goes home, then you guys won't never have no issues with it, right? That's what this is about, getting this horse so when he goes home, you can use him, be proud of him, and do something with him. Not have to be scared of him looking at this or looking at that or going to this or going to that or going away from this or that. That little old creek ain't running as much as it normally is, but at least it's moving water. Hopefully we'll find some of that when we go down on the mountain this Thursday. And that'll just help him that much more. Get over there, you go. Good boy. And he didn't jump or nothing. That was good. See, now he's thinking go to that horse. I'm just going to go bumping with that outside leg, letting him know that that's the wrong answer. Okay? That's the wrong answer. Just keep going straight and ignore that horse. You're with me, not with them. It's in his herding nature to want to go to other horses. I have to teach that nature to want to go to me instead of other horses. Let me be his herd band and let everybody else just do what they want to do, right? That's my goal with this horse. That's hard to do in just 30 rides. Man needs at least 60 and preferably 90 on some of them. 60 rides is a whole lot easier to get a lot more training. Get a lot more solid with 60 rides than what you get with 30 rides. 30 rides, you tend to just get it started good, you know. You don't get a chance to really get it locked down because you're not being able to ride. You don't have him long enough to get it locked down. But I think Mr. Jeff will be all right with this colt. I think he'd be more pleased with 60 rides than 30, but I think he's a good enough cowboy, he can handle it. I didn't like that, and he didn't either. He was just being a butthole. Get up here. There, that's better. Get up here. Probably skid a few logs on this colt in the morning before I go to cow sale. Probably skid a few logs on Spade in the morning, Lord willing. Might even get some on Stitch. Turn. There, that's better. I see I got him on unlevel ground that time, and he had to think. He knew that head slinging junk might cause him to fall plumb down. So he had to behave himself, right? Put him in a situation where it's best for me and bad for him, and he has to respond. See what I mean? Wasn't that better, guys? No head slinging, no bobble bull crap, and that was just barely with a touch of my finger. Very soft mouth. That's what we want. Nobody likes to ride one of them old hard ramy, had to pull him here and pull him there and frail him here and frail him there. You know, just take your pinky and move him. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay? No, get up there. There you go. Atta boy. I know it's steep, but it's good for you. Builds character. Now, good boy. Good boy. Get up here. No. Get up here. No. Get up here. Get up here. Good boy. Now. Whoa. 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 Now, does that truck bother you? Let's walk over and look at that truck. Let's walk over and look at that. That's just a truck. You hauled in here in one, ding dong. Ain't nothing you'd bugger at. You just being a butthole, huh? Yeah? Now, the last thing I like to do, well, when I get off of riding out here at the barn, I want these colts backing up. And again, I'm just soft on him, telling him to back up. The head down, get back. The head down, get back. The head down, get back. And there he wants to be a butthole, so we're just going to hold him right there. The head down, get back. The head down, get back. Now we're backing him downhill right now. And that's sometimes hard on a young horse because they're scared to death of falling down. And in his mind, he thinks when he's going down, his butt's going down, he's falling down. He ain't smart enough to realize he's just going downhill. Okay? And that's just him building trust in me, him learning that having trust in me and doing what I ask him is the best thing for him to do. Okay? Back up, back up, back up. There you go. Back up. There you go. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, okay. Look around here. Look around here. Now back up. Back up. No, back up. Move your feet. Move your feet. There, move your feet. There, move your feet. Come on, move your feet. There you go. Come on. Turn your nose back around there. Move your feet. Okay, okay. Come back over here. Now, move your feet. Move your feet. About done? You about done? Back up. Move your feet. There, good boy. Back up. Good boy. There you go. Now, see, that wasn't bad, was it? See, all you had to do is back up. Yeah. Now let's walk back up there and do that again. Get over here. Now, whoa. 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 Now, back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Now, whoa, good boy. Now let's step back up there and see if you can do that right. Step up here. Now, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now back up, back up. I'm just putting weight in my stirrups, kind of getting my butt up off of his back and just barely touching him with my pinkies side to side and asking him to back up, side to side. Now, that's good and soft. That's better. Good boy. That's what we wanted all along. Good boy. Now then, now we're going to take this camera off and go inside and work on our handle a little bit. By all means, guys, let us know whether you like this camera video or not, and we'll decide whether we need to keep using it or